everybody, welcome back to my channel, Stampin' with No. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you and welcome. I hope you find this project today really fun and exciting, and after you watch this video that it's going to inspire you to go make one or two or three or maybe even more. So my project today is using the Stampin' Up DVD stamp case holder. I want to make a notepad that actually holds a pen and a pocket or two, because you know we always have loose pieces of paper to go ahead and have a place for that. So let me bring over what we're going to need. Let me start off with, because I got lots of things over here on my left, let me go ahead and start with the non-Stampin' Up items and get that out of the way. First of all, I decided that I want my case to hold a pen. So I love, when I'm doing these projects, I love using the, Pentel RSV pen. I absolutely love fine point. I know there's mediums out there, but I personally like the fine point, and this is a 0.7. And what's great about this is it's going to unscrew, if I can get this going here, unscrew, it comes out, and we're able to fold a piece of DSP and then create a decorative pen. So we're going to need one of those. I'm going to put that over there. And what else do we need? Let's see, we got a pile over here. Let me just bring over here what we need. For one of my pockets, I'm going to actually create an envelope. That's going to be the pocket, and I decided to go ahead and use this Velcro. Now this Velcro is 3/8 inch, and it's perfect because it's so small. And quite honestly, I think I got it at one of the big hobby stores, but I don't remember. When I saw it, I bought several packs because these are so hard to find. And then, of course, we're going to need a legal pad. Now, this, I think I got this one at Walmart, but I'm not real sure. I know Dollar Tree has them. They're different sizes, so when you get a pack, the measurements that I'm going to provide you are based on the items that I bought and plan on using for this project. So just double check your notepad. Now, obviously, this case measures 5 by 7, and here's a pack. There's one that's open. Obviously, if I did not want to have a pen here, then I would not have to cut the width down at all, and it fits just perfect right in there. Obviously, the length, this pack is a 5 by 8, so obviously I'd have to cut this down. So, you know, keep that in mind when you're picking out your pad. Now, let me get this out of the way. I went ahead, I'm going to leave that there. I went ahead and cut this one down that measures 4.5 by 7 because I knew that I wanted to have a pen in there. Now, you can cut this smaller if you want to have a little bit more wiggle room, but this closes nicely by cutting this pad down to 4.5. Now, you can go to like Staples, a supply store. They will do it, and it's very inexpensive. I happen to have a mega cutter that I think it can cut up to 100 sheets in one whack. I mean, it's some serious cutting. So I did this myself. And then I went ahead and used tear and tape. I just prepped it so you guys didn't have to watch me put tape on that. And what else is the non? I think that's it. There's some other things we'll come across, you know, like my corner rounder, all that stuff. But from a supply perspective, I think this is it. So let me bring over the DSP, all the paper that we're going to use. And I'll show you the product, the stamp sets and all that as we get into all of this, okay? So let me put that over here. So we're going to need a piece of scrap. So I'm going to do some stamping, and that's in basic white. And then I went ahead and die cut, I'm going to test me here, Spotlight on Nature die, and this is Peach Pie. Another piece of basic white that let's see, what did I use? The deckled circles, and that's going to go right there. And then a piece of scrap Melon Mambo, and as you can tell, I gave it away. I also used the Alphabet a la Mode dies to cut out the word notes. And then, let's see here. How's this going to go? We need Melon Mambo that is 4.5 by 2 1/4. And this piece is what's going to wrap around here because, you know, you want to have a decorative little notepad. And I went ahead and scored it on the short side. You're going to score this way at 1 and then 1 1/4. And when we get to putting this on the notepad, I'll talk a little bit more about that scoring. But that's in Melon Mambo. Then I want a piece of DSP that's going to go on top of the Melon Mambo, and that measures 4 1/2 by 2. And what else do we have here? This is a little piece for the pen to insert here, and that measures 3 1/2 by 3/4. And then my pocket that I want to create a pocket right here. Again, in Melon Mambo, that is 5 by 2 1/2. And then I want to decorate the pocket, so I'm going to put a little strip of DSP, and that measures 3, I'm sorry, I was looking at the 3. That measures 5 by 3/4, all right? And then I want to create a pocket that actually closes. I'm going to create an envelope, I should say, that is going to serve as a pocket. And I created it using the Stampin' Up envelope punch. This, and I wanted to make a 3 by 4 envelope, and to do a 3 by 4 envelope, it takes a 6 by 6 piece of DSP. Now, if you don't have an envelope punch and you like the idea of having an envelope there, the note card size envelope is an 1/8 inch too wide, because that measures 5 1/8. So you could probably use a 3 by 3 envelope and just decorate it, and that would work. And then a piece, this is for the outside, a band is 10 1/2 by 2 1/4. And again, this is in Melon Mambo. And I know you guys can see the emboss. This is a brand new embossing folder that's found online. I actually just got this last week. Let me show it to you. It is called Plaster Painting. And again, it's on the 3D, and it's one of those large ones, so I absolutely love it. And it does some major embossing. It's wonderful texture. Absolutely love it. I'm glad I got it. I kind of hem-hawed around about getting it, and I just decided I needed it. And then a piece of DSP. Oops. Let me get that over there. That measures 10 1/2 by 7, and this is what's going to slide, and this will be on the outside of the DVD case. And this is from the celebration that you can earn, the Bloom Impressions. I've got 2 more sheets left. I've gone through the whole pack, and I'm not going to say my New Year's resolution. It's my New Year's goal for 2025 is to use up my DSP. I need to stop hoarding my DSP. I need to share the beauty of all the paper that Stampin' Up produces. So I'm down to 2 sheets, and that's a big goal for me at this point. So I'm doing my goal. I'm trying to reach it. All right, I think this is all in camera. If you guys want to take a real quick screenshot of the measurements and all of that, and then I'll move some of this stuff off. And I think what I want to do, as you guys are taking a screenshot, is I'm going to build, I think, to help you guys visualize this coming together, because you normally do all my stamping and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and build this as I go. So let's work on this one first and get all these little pieces out. So this goes with my notebook. Let me just do a real quick piling up here off to the side. I don't want to lose anything. All right, so we're good. So I'm going to take these off. We don't need these anymore. All right, so what I found is really easy. I'm going to flip it over, all right? So this slides in. You know, there's a piece of plastic here that holds your sleeve, your picture. You want to just slide that in. Now, before you actually close the case, because I want to create a score by closing it. Obviously, I'm going to exaggerate, okay? Obviously, you don't want your paper to be this crooked and then close it, right? All right, so you want to try as best as you can. You want to line up, making sure that this is even, right? And then this is slid down before you actually close. Everything seems to be. I'm going to go ahead and close because I'm going to create my own score. All right. Just kind of press it a little bit. All right, and there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold it just a little bit because now I want to add this just so that I can see what I'm doing. And you'll be able to feel it, okay? All right, so, and also a reminder, this is directional, so as I'm building this, we need to make sure that the paper is facing the right side up. So what I found in doing these DVD cases is I don't glue this whole thing down because it causes the paper to pull and buckle and in some cases tear. So what I found is I put a little, and I put a little bit of adhesive right in here, and I don't put anything right here, okay? And then I'll slide it back in so that I can I can create scoring on this band, okay? So I'm going to turn it so that I can see what I am doing. And I'm going to eyeball the center. I don't necessarily need to have it in the center. Now, because this is really embossed, I need to put a little bit more glue than what I typically would. So I just put, you know, I'm not going to do the whole thing. That's a lot of glue there, but that's okay. I need it because I don't want this sliding. And quite honestly, you may not need to put any glue at the opposite end because it's such a tight fit that you may not really need it. So I'm not going to necessarily go center from top to bottom because I'm going to put the words notes there. So I'm just going to offset just a little bit and put it right smack on the edge and line it up. Make sure it's there. Press down, make sure that's even. Okay. Now I'm going to slide it back in. Now, you know, you guys can probably just glue it down and go with it, but I just like to make sure I take my time and I just like for it to be straight. Okay, so we are looking good there. I can feel that's right where it is. That looks about right. All right, so I'm going to close it. And there we go. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to take it back out. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue just to tack it down. Again, I'm not doing the whole thing. Just enough to tack it down so that it doesn't go sliding sideways if for some reason, oops, just like that, if for some reason somebody needs to move it. All right. Now, bend that just a little bit so I can see. All right, so now I want to decorate the front. You guys can see, right? Good. All right, so let's bring that around. And this is what I want to do. This is what I had in my head. I want to put that there. Now, I don't use any dimensionals. You don't want to pop it up because it's such a tight fit that if you use dimensionals, it's going to be a struggle trying to slide the paper in there. So that is about even. Let me go ahead and glue this down. Bring my silicone just in case I mess up and get glue on my glass. So let me just put a little bit of that. Now I went ahead and did some die cutting. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I just started cutting. I may end up changing my mind, but I liked the colors I picked. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that flat. We can go ahead and do that with no problem. You know, part of me wants to go ahead and use dimensionals, but you really don't want to. Now I'm putting a lot of glue because of this particular embossing that I did. It's there. I mean, that's a pretty good emboss. All right, so I'm kind of guessing the center between here. It's where it folds right here. I'm really having to push down on that, but I think it's going to stay. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay, so now I need, yeah, I don't think it's going to go. Let me bring over my die cut stuff. I ended up using, what is that? The glitter paper, the 3-color glimmer. And this is actually pretty peacock. And it really goes really well with this. So I'm decided I'm going to put that there. And again, I'm going to lay that flat. Again, I did not use adhesive because when I was cutting things out, I really wasn't sure what I was going to be using and how it all was going to turn out when I was laying pieces down. But this is certainly a good candidate to use the adhesive backing. And I need to tell you which die this one came from too. Absolutely love it. I think I'm using the dies that from this set in another one. More of the dies than the actual stamped images. All right, so I'm just going to lay that there. Hold it for a couple seconds. And this glitter paper, I ran it through the embossing folder twice just to make sure, because sometimes the glimmer paper is a little bit harder to cut. I probably could have gotten away with one time, but, you know, you got to poke all those little pieces out, and I didn't want to waste any time doing it. So there we go. All right, so that one is from, where is that from? Flowers of Beauty. The Flowers of Beauty, and we're actually going to use those flowers, and then where's the die? This is the piece that I used. All right, so we're going to put the words notes, and that's in Melon Mambo. Oop, I almost lost an N. Let me put all these out. Again, I did not use adhesive backing because I didn't know this is what I was going to do. So I want to spell out notes, make sure I don't misspell the word. I'll try to center that. The S, you can tell there is a difference. All right, so I'm going to put this here so my paper doesn't slide. I think we're all right. So let's see here. I'll try to center it. I think that'll work. Is that right? A little bit over. So T should be the middle. All right, we're good. I'm going to go in and do it. I think we can do it. It's kind of funny because I bought a bunch of used DVD cases because I use them to hold my chamois when I do classes. You know, like this. And so I was putting them away. And then I found 2 packs of brand new DVD cases, which is fine because I didn't want to get them dirty with the chamois. So then I was cleaning, and then I found a Notepad case that I got from my upline. I did a squirrel. I stopped cleaning because I decided that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play and create a notepad holder using that brand new DVD. So my closet is a mess. I got stuff laying around because I was sorting. I was trying to be good, putting things away that I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to get rid of, which was not a lot. But it's like those cartoon things, as memes that you see where you start cleaning and then an hour later, you know, you're wearing a funny hat that you hadn't seen, you've forgotten about, and you got all kinds of stuff laying around that you forgot, and before you know it, the day's gone. All right, so there we go. Perfect. I love it. I think I did pretty good centering. We're going to find out here in just a second. So we are done with that. I would not recommend any embellishments again because of the raised that's going to cause, and it's just going to put holes in this plastic cover piece. So we're going to slide it in. You guys can see how I'm sliding it. With the layering, it's going to be a little bit tighter. Yeah, it's not a whole lot of room. Pull that. Make sure. I'm excited. Yes. Hey, that worked. Cute. Is that not pretty? This is gorgeous paper. I just might have to do another order to get that paper. We'll see. All right, so now we're moving to the inside. And let's do the, I don't know what side. Let's just do this side. We'll do the left. And I'm going to move that over. It's still in there. So let's bring over, let's do the pocket here. All right, so the pocket is going to go like this. And then I want a decorative piece, and it's going to go there. So first I want to do some stamping. Let me get rid of these. All right, I need my piercing mat. But actually, since I'm going to stamp, I'm going to stamp everything else. So I'm just doing this at one time. So I'm going to throw you off. Well, I still need it. No, we're good. We're good. I'm not throwing you off because we're good. All right. So down here at the pocket, I wanted to put a saying that says, "You are incredible." And that is from the Happy Little Things. This was an online. I don't know if it's still there or not. I haven't checked. And I want to use Summer Splash for the words. Let me move that pen out of the way. All right, ink that up. Looks good. Summer Splash is a little hard to tell if it's been inked up, but I think we're good. I think we're going to be all right. And then just right there. Perfect. Let me clean that. All right, so let me close this. I almost dipped my finger in there. Let me close that up. Let me go ahead and finish. Let me go ahead and finish this. So I want to create a little band here. And I like to show a little bit of the Millen Bombo instead of going all the way up. That's just how I am. But you guys can decorate however you want. All right. And let me close that up. All right, and line that up. Oop, pull that down just a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's see here. I want to put a flower here. I'm going to wait. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. So, no, sorry guys. I'm going to go ahead and stamp. You know what I had in my mind is, oh, I'll use dimensionals. No, I don't want to use dimensionals. That's what I was thinking. All right, so I want to create a flower. So let me bring over my scrap basic white. A little trick with the flowers. If you've seen previous videos, you may recall it. I'm going to use these two, okay? So that's a two-step process. And here is the outline. And you're going to see, I think you guys can see, there's a little, it's actually pink. I don't know what color it's going to show up, maybe red. I label my two-step stamps so I don't get frustrated in trying to line up the images. And this one has down here, same place, same location. This is what I call the filler, the inside of the flower. And I used nail polish, and obviously I didn't put it on the part that stamps. It's on the underneath and on the side so that I can easily see it. And the same thing I do with the die. Let me bring the die over because I'm going to die cut. Is same location. I put some, I think this is pink fingernail polish that I keep here at my desk. And just make sure that when you put it on the die itself, you give it time for the polish to actually dry. It does not dry quickly. So this was done probably about an hour ago. I had waited about 30 minutes just to make sure. It's not a big deal if, you know, if it's still kind of wet, it just comes off. But, and then you just have to reapply. So I've run this die several times because I didn't know what color flower, and it stayed. I mean, it's not chipped off or anything. So there's a tip for you when you're working with all of the different images, trying to line it up, and you're trying to figure out where to line things up. And then you don't get frustrated. That's the biggest thing with me. You don't get frustrated, because stamping's supposed to be fun. Okay, so with this, I'm going to stamp off, and I start with the filler, what I call filler, okay, guys? Filler first, and then it makes it easier for you guys, well, for me, I shouldn't speak for you, for me to find the outline, or where to actually stamp the outline. All right, so, and I'm going to use Melon Mambo. And I'm going to stamp off. Make sure, get that word off. I'm going to stamp off. And then just really anywhere, because it's just one flower is what I need. And there's that. Okay, so I know that this piece right down here is where that dot is. So I know that the outline now that I'm going to stamp has to go down in that area. And hopefully I'm not putting my head in the camera. Let's see, here we go. Perfect. And actually this stamp set is made so that you can see all this white. So it's, I mean, if you mess up, you can't tell. You honestly cannot tell. So to die cut, before the videotaping, I went on and took care of that, and I'll just use that for another one. I'll probably end up making another case. So we are done with that. And I did the leaf that, this is what I want to do. I want to put that there, and I want the leaf. And I die cut using that glitter, that pretty peacock glitter. And that, okay, it's this die. I just absolutely love this die. And that comes from the Thoughtful Wishes. I just absolutely love all those pieces. I just love it, love it, love it. And I've used it. So I want to put that down, I think down here. So let me glue that. Come on. There we go. I hope you guys enjoy this. It took me a while to, it's been a while since I've done it. It's like, oh man, I can't remember. I know that there were some tricks to doing it, and some of the measurements that are online are a little bit different, and I think it's because of the size case. So I kind of sort of started from scratch because I thought, well, you know, I need to practice what I preach. I need to measure my notepad, all that stuff. I think I'm going to put that right there. Oh, that looks cute. Let me bring that down just a little bit. There we go. You know, instinctively, I want to grab my dimensionals, right? And pop that up. All right, so it's going to go here. Now, speaking of popping up, let me bring my silicone max so the paper doesn't slide. I need for the pocket to actually pop up, right? So we have foam adhesive strips, and that's what I'm going to use. And so what I want to do is put on the back side, I want to put a strip here, a strip at the bottom, and then a strip on the right. So let's see. I did have some of this cut. There we go. I think, yeah, this will be the bottom. And tell it's just regular 3D foam, so I want this on the end. And it won't let go. And I just put it right on the edge. You can probably see a little bit. I don't think it's in the camera, but I'll raise it. Yes, you can see. Just a little bit. I just left a little bit of a lip there. All right, so now I need to do the sides. And that one. Now, these are cut already. I have different, as you can tell, these are cut, but it comes in one long strip. So you just cut to your desired length. So let me do it this way, since this is the top. And if it hangs over a little bit, I can just trim it off. It'll be easier to trim there. All right. That's okay that there's a gap. Nothing's going to get through to it. But if that bothers you, then you can just cut a little piece and tuck it in there. But I don't envision anything getting lost in there. I kind of just envision pieces of paper. So let me do this. I start at the bottom going up, so in case there's any overhang, I know what to trim. I should have done that down here, but that's okay. Wasn't thinking right. All right, so I know that that's a little bit too much. Cut that. Maybe. Doesn't want to leave me. And then cut this one. Just a little bit. Now, before I pull the backing off, I'm going to show you what I need to do when we're done with this. Look at this. All right. Oh, no. No, I did it right. Whew, scared me. Scared me for like all of 2 seconds. All right, so we want it to go in here. Now, I want it to be up against this plastic piece, and we want it over here. There's not a whole lot of room because that's where it closes. So if that bothers you, then make this a little bit shorter, okay? So I'll peel the backing off, and then what I do is I hold it up, make sure that it's got resistance, and then slide, because you want to go over this little lip right here, and just slide it into place, okay? Easy peasy, it's not difficult. And if you mess up the alignment, don't press down hard yet, and it should pop up, and you should be able to work with it and adjust it with no issues. All right, so I think I'm going to have to bring this over to me a little bit. All right, going in. All right, so down. There we go. I think that's it. It closes, no problems. Perfect. And then I would just push down on it just to make sure. All right. Oh, that's coming together, isn't it, guys? Love it. All right, so let's work on this other pocket. That is, I keep saying a pocket, but it's an envelope pocket. That's at 6 by 6, and it is already scored. So let me fold and burnish all of it. And I want this side out, I think is what I want. So because it's an envelope, you want to give it a really good fold and burnish. You want crisp, clean folds. All right. Now let me show you how this goes together. I think we're done with that. All right, so it doesn't really, since it's not directional, it doesn't matter, paper, which direction the open flap's going to be. So you want this down, no, sorry, wrong way. You want the outer sides in, and then the bottom up, and there's your envelope, okay? So a couple things. First, I don't want this point. I want it rounded, and I don't like this point, and so I'm going to round that. So I'm going to round those up. Again, I'm using my Crocodile, and I'm using the 1/2 inch, and that's just personal preference. I just like the larger rounded side, but you can certainly use the 1/4 if you like that better. All right. Okay, so again, doesn't matter directional. So if you end up cutting directional, just pay attention. So I want to glue down this piece to this. So I know that there's a little bit, I've got about this much room to put my glue. Probably the width is perfect if you guys like using Stampin' Seal to use the tape. I think the width is just perfect for that. All right, press down. It's so pretty. I absolutely love this muted look. All right. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to put a piece of Velcro, and here we go. I think we're done with the glue. I'm going to put this up. So just like working, if you guys work with magnets, kind of, it's the same concept. You don't want to put it clear on the edge because you got to grab it and you'll end up tearing your paper over time. So you want to put it about right there, give or take. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. So let's see. I already have the top and bottom together on this because I only had one left. I had put them all together. And let's see, how do I want to do this? All right, so I'm going to put it about right there. I think that'll work. All right, then I'm going to close it and press down real hard. I hope I did it right. Yay! That's right there. Okay? All right, I think I want to add an embellishment, but I'm going to wait. So now what I want to do is I want to adhere this to this. I think I want to put it right there. That's so pretty. Yeah, I think that'll work about right there. So again, I want tear and tape. You don't want glue, and maybe this stamp, what's it called? Stampin' Seal Plus may work. Honestly, I don't have it because I'm not a tape girl. So if I have to resort to tape, it's tear and tape. If I need something heavy duty. So if you guys just absolutely love using tape, then you maybe, I think I need another one. Maybe the Stampin' Seal Plus would work. All right. Okay. All right, peel this off. Now, come on. I pressed down on it, right? You guys saw me. Shouldn't be coming up. Now, this one's hanging over a little bit. I'm just going to roll it back just a little bit. Can't really tell anyways. Yeah, we're looking good. All right. So I want to put this is like this, right? Make sure you don't put it upside down. So just kind of eyeball it. Center left to right. And then I leave a little bit of a gap right there. That looks about right. And then I would press down on it. Make sure it's not going anywhere. Oh, this is super cute. All right, it does need some embellishment. So I forgot about these faceted gem trio pack. It's on the online store. So I use that. And I think this is Pool Party. So I just thought all the colors went really well. So I would find where the Velcro is, and I would put, personal preference, I'd put the embellishment right on top of that. There we go. Because instinctively, that's what you're going to be grabbing. Love it. This is really super cute. I'm definitely making another one. Definitely. All right, so we're done with this for right now. So I'm going to put this aside. Let's work on the pen, since it's right back in front of me. So this is the pen piece, and trick with that, let me unscrew this. And if it work with the fiber of the paper. So I use my bone folder, and I just kind of bend it. Don't be overly rough because, you know, it is paper and it could tear. All right. Now, you guys are probably going to laugh at me when I tell you the next thing. But you'll also understand it. You'll go, yep, I get it. I think that's pretty good. So next what you want to do is you put your index fingers and you want to just kind of bend it, all right? You want to fold the paper. You don't necessarily want to bend it to where you're creating creases. And it's like you're back in the day when you used to roll your own cigarette. That's pretty much what you're doing with this, okay? I'm going to put it down. And you just roll it, okay? Just keep rolling it. Try your best not to bend it. I mean, if you do, you do. I don't think it's going to be super noticeable, honestly. But you just want to try to not do that, okay? And it's real small, so you want to slide it in. Now, what I found is where this seam is, if you can slide it in to where it's underneath, I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, but the wording, maybe if I put this over here, you can see it. The Pentel RSVP, if you can put the seam right there, it's less noticeable. All right, let's see if I did this right. Might have to. All right, it's going in really nice. Okay, so just push it in and push it in a little bit further. Make sure it's in all the way. There, oop, it's in. Yep, it's in. All right, awesome. And then just slide that pin back in, and there you go. Decorative pin. So cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, we're done with that. All right, so let's work on this notebook. And like I said, make sure you measure before you cut. And I went ahead and did all the tear and tape. So what I found with this, let me get these Post-its out of the way. What I found is I went ahead and scored so that I could work with the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish. Again, really nice, clean, crisp. Yeah, that one just went crooked. I think I can fix it. Yeah, there we go. And if it goes crooked, just gotta work with the paper. All right, so it's pretty much even. So you have to measure the width right here. This is 3/8. And, you know, depending on the number of sheets of paper, your width is going to be different. So I want it to line up like that. Okay. So what I found is I glued down this front piece first. Then I put the DSP and I folded it back so that I didn't mess up and not align the scoring piece with the DSP, if that makes any sense. All right, so I'm going to bring this over because everything's sliding. So I'm going to make sure everything's lined up, keep it firm, no sliding, lift this up. I'm going to pull the backing off, maybe. Oh, come on. There we go. Isn't that crazy? Doesn't want to go. Mercy me. There we go. And then just fold it down. Now, I don't put any adhesive right here. I just let that be flexible. All right, that works out good. So again, paying attention to the directional. And I like to have a little bit of an edge. So I'm just going to put some glue. Right along the edge. There we go. Just for that. Glue on my fingers. All right. So just bring that down. I think that looks good. Fold that. And then what I want to do is just fold it. All right. You don't necessarily need to fight it. Trying to bend it, it'll do it on its own. All right, that looks great. Okay, so I would go ahead and glue this down. And this is the back, so it's not really that big of a deal if it ends up being crooked. I mean, you don't want it to, but I mean, if it is, it's not that big of a deal. All right. And you can tell that the lip right here, that's what, about 1/8 of an inch, whereas that is probably 1/4. But it's not that big of a deal because no one's going to see it. All right, so we're done with that, and I'm ready. Let me close up my glue before it dries up. I'm ready to glue this piece down. You know what, guys, when I say glue, you know what I mean. You're going to adhere it down, pull, and then there we go. Super cute. All right, so now to adhere this to this, I'm going to peel the backing off. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Similar to the way we did the pocket, you want to bring it up till you hit resistance, and it pretty much is not leaving you a whole lot of room going back and forth, as you guys can see. So you just kind of just eyeball it, but you want to make sure you don't go all the way over like that, well, unless you want the pin on this side. But you don't want to center it because then there's no room for the pin. All right, I like having the pin there, but you guys can put it on this side if you so choose. All right, so going in, going to do it. Peel it off. You know, certain color inks are my nemesis, but I'm got a feeling Tear and Tape's going to come in a close second. Wants to fight me. All right, so I'm going to, just like I did the pocket, I lifted it up, put it up against, hit resistance, kind of eyeballed the left to the right, and laid it down. Make sure your pen can fit. Yes, and then push down. And actually, I would lift up the whole pack of paper and just push down on it. All right. So the receiver of this, when this is all gone, they're just going to have to give you the case back and say, make me another one, which I know you guys would be happy to do. All right, so let's do it real quick. Absolutely love it. Beautiful colors. Love how it all came. I love the peacock. It's not something I would have picked, but I just absolutely loved, I think, because of the glitter. So we got notes, got some glitter. You open it up, put a little note in there, which I don't have anything. Let's see. This will fit. Good fit. And then if they want to sneak something in there, I don't know what, but there might be something in there they want to put in there. Business cards might fit in there. That might be an idea. And then the pen, and then there we go. All right. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys end up making some. I appreciate, again, tuning in. I'm glad you guys found me. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. And most importantly, if you end up making these, send me a picture. I absolutely love to see how it's all decorated. I love to see what other people do, and it just makes me smile. So, well, thanks for tuning in. And as always, happy stamping and have a wonderful week. Take care, everybody.